Welcome, welcome, and welcome once again. Thank you so much for waiting for me. I am not going to apologize for my excitement. I just got off a wonderful masterclass that we did, and it was incredible. It was incredible, and I couldn't rush it, but I knew that you guys was going to wait for me just the same. So thank you so much for waiting. Here I am. So tonight, we are going to have a conversation about the struggle bus, okay? More specifically, stuck on the struggle bus, okay? So before we get started, I just want to talk about a couple of things quickly. So I want to start off with great evening, great evening, great evening. You know, we couldn't start without that. Welcome to the Sonya Dungee podcast, episode 151, sponsored by Always Destined for Greatness LLC, and also sponsored tonight by Drip City LLC. Thank you for that, Drip City. And for those of you who are joining for the first time tonight, welcome. And what we do here on the Sonya Dungee podcast is conversations that we have is always the essence of the soul. I am your host, Sonya Dungee. And yes, of course, I'm still bringing the heat to the IG, Facebook, YouTube, and now TikTok streets. So thank you once again for joining. Again, thank you for waiting for me. You guys are wonderful. And for the newbies that are joined for the first time, please allow me to introduce myself and to share with you a small part of my story, which brought me in front of all of you tonight. So my story began on January 23rd, 2021, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the VA Hospital in Northport, New York, where I sat at my dad's bedside holding his left hand. I watched a tear come down his cheek. And at that point, I watched him take his last breath here on this earth and his first breath in heaven. And as a direct result, it put me in a very dark place. I spiraled out of control. I remained isolated, suffering in silence. I lost a tremendous amount of weight, not realizing that. I was running back and forth to the cemetery consistently. It was only maybe 20 minutes down the road from me. I just felt that that's where I could feel my dad's presence. And I did that. I was stuck for 342 days. Yes, you heard me correctly. 342 days. Do the math. It's 365 in a year. I continued being stuck, doing the same old routine, because it was the height of the pandemic and I was working from home. So I would come out of my bedroom in the morning, walk across the living room to my shishi room, turn on the computer system, the lights, whatever it is I had to do my 7.5 hour stamp job, shut everything down, come out, shut the door, walk back across the living room into my bedroom, shut the door, and I remained there till the next day. I had a bathroom. I wasn't eating. I didn't need anything else. That time I had 3 grandchildren. God has blessed me now with 4. I wasn't spending any time with them. I wasn't doing anything. But you see, it wasn't until I made that conscious decision. I made that conscious decision to do more. I knew I couldn't do it myself because, heck, 342 days, I wasn't doing anything. It wasn't working for me. When I said enough was enough, and I invested in myself, I found myself a coach and a mentor who's one and the same, and a community of supported like-minded, loving, non-judgmental individuals, my life forever changed. As a result, today, I help those that are struggling in hardship and grief and in life challenges, just like I was. Go from suffering in silence and feeling stuck and broken, just like me, with no direction and no end in sight, to become unstuck and resilient with clarity and an attitude of expectation and of excellence to achieve economic independence so that they can be destined for their true greatness and walk in their God-given purpose. That's what I get to do all day, every day. And I am so grateful. And part of that is the Sonya Dungee podcast, sitting right here with all of you tonight. So thank you for allowing me to share my story with you. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to talk about this struggle bus, okay? So I have a question for you. Are you a passenger ready to get off at the next stop? I would think about that before you answer. And if you're bold, you could put it in the chat. If you want to not be so bold, I can understand that too. You can just write it down on paper and make sure that you go back and visit that. And I also want to ask you another question, which I should have asked you from the beginning. Where are you tuning in from? I always like to know where my viewers are tuning in from. I know I can see some, and yes, I know that Harlem is in the building and Jacksonville is in the building, as we say, Jax also. Jax, Florida is in the building as well. And I didn't tell you where I hail from. I'm from Strong Island, New York, and don't bother to pull out a map or Google where Strong Island is because you'll never find it. That's my happy place. That's where I'm from, Strong Island, New York. Thank you for joining. I appreciate all of you in the comments. And as we speak about stuck on the struggle bus tonight, please comment if you're getting value and if there's something that relates to you that I'm speaking of, or if you had a breakthrough from something you heard or an aha moment. I want to know. It's important to me. It's so important to me that I really want to know. Because as I shared my story with you, being transparent, I know that it hasn't been comfortable for me to share it, but I know that there's somebody that's watching tonight or that will watch on the replay, and that you've been struggling just like I was, and that you're feeling stuck just the way I was. Whether it's grief or life challenges or it's hardship, and it comes in many forms, or you're in the middle of a storm, please know it's okay. You'll be okay. I promise you, you'll come out on the other side. I can't promise you you'll never grieve again. You'll never go through hardship. You'll never go through life challenges again. But I can promise you that you will be okay. And I just wish that I had somebody that I could watch and that I could relate when I was going through it, because I know I would not have wasted so much time and energy being stuck for so long. And that's why I do this, because I don't want anybody to ever be stuck the way I was. So with that being said, tonight, if what we talk about really rings a bell and it's relating, please let me know. I know I said it, but I'm saying it again. And don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. It's all good. Okay? And if you could admit right now that you can relate, congratulations, because guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. That I can promise you. So tonight we're going to discuss Three types of stuck struggle buses. Okay? There are 3 types. At least in my world, there are. Okay. So these buses have various degrees. Okay? The first one, we're going to call it Route 1. So the first one is known as Route 1. Okay? And in Route 1, this stuck struggle bus, it keeps breaking down. It breaks down. It starts up again. Guess what? Breaks down again. It might take you down a piece, take you down a road a piece, but guess what? It's going to break down again. And what's baffling to me is the passengers, they seem to be unbothered on this bus. And they still remain there. And that bus, check this out. You ready for this? This bus, El Capitan, as its driver is called, he too seems to be unbothered. He seems to be unbothered. He seems to really be that captain like in a ship, okay? And his slogan is, he's going down with the bus. Okay, so that's bus fare number 1. Let me take a pause here just to take a peek. Okay. Yes, it is a great topic, the struggle bus. Thank you. And then there's bus number 2. Bus number 2 is going to be known as Route 2. Okay? Now on Route 2, that stuck struggle bus, those passengers are comfortable. They're comfortable riding on it. You see, they no longer choose to ride on Route 1. And remember Route 1 is the one that just kept breaking down, starting back up, breaking down, starting back up again. Okay? So they know Route 1 continuously breaks down. They know it. And they know too that that bus is overcrowded. People are standing up. They're holding on to those handles of the bus. That's in bus 1, Route 1. But on this bus 2, Route 2, they're able to just move a little further with it. Although that bus driver seems to be a little bit frazzled, but they're rocking on number 2. And then there's Route number 3. Struggle bus 3. Stuck struggle bus. Okay? But check this out. This bus has air conditioning, leather seats that you can recline back like that. Heck, it even has cup holders on the side. It has a charger where you can charge your cell phone if you brought your wire. Has surround sound. And even it has, you can watch videos that are playing. Okay? But the difference is, this bus only makes one stop. One stop. That stop goes to the Boss Bridge, which is the end of the line. Ends when you're at the end of the line on that bus. They have all of 60 seconds to decide if they're going to get off that bus. 60 seconds, y'all. That's a minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm reading the comments. Thank you so much. Great topic, the struggle bus. Going down with the bus. El Capitan. Yes, yes. One of our viewers call it the VIP bus. Yes. Very important person bus. Okay. So, if those passengers on Route 3 bus with those nice leather seats and air conditioning and all that great stuff, if those passengers can't decide fast enough, guess what happens? You see, that bus driver, he's not messing around, okay? He is not messing around, mind you. He opens the door to let him off. He will not assist in walking down the stairs of the stuck struggle bus. He won't wait more than that 60 seconds on that stuck struggle bus. His name is Homie. And he don't play that, y'all. Homie don't play that. You see, those passengers that couldn't make up their mind and remained stuck on that bus, Route 3, struggle bus, guess where they go? That bus turns back away from that bridge and starts driving that route and stops at route number 1. Okay? And on route number 1, that stuck struggle bus, everybody has to get off that bus at route number 1. Because remember, homie don't play that. He don't play that. Yes, they're comfortable on a broke bus that's overcrowded. They have all the necessities on the 3rd bus, but they only have one stop. Either you're going to get off or you're going to stay, or you're going to stay on still in a comfortable zone. So they're going around in circles on the bus. Sounds like me. Thank you for being transparent, honest, and open, and commenting as well. I appreciate that, but don't think you're alone, because you are not, and you're going to find out. Okay? So, are you getting what's being conveyed here so far? So I want to know. So if you are, put yes in the comments. If you're not, say no, and then I can maybe further explain it in more detail. So I'm looking to see what your comments are. And I know one social platform, I'm sorry, I apologize, I can't see. I'm toggling back and forth between another value. Thank you. Okay. So you're understanding it perfectly. Okay. So you have a choice of staying on the stuck struggle bus that keeps breaking you down, but you still continue to stay on it. Or is in route 2, the mediocre stuck struggle bus that moves you a little bit further than route 1 that keeps breaking down. So you remain content there. You're good. You think that you can't move even forward. And you believe that those are the cards that were dealt to you for life. In the instance, I'm going to refer to cards as the bus pass you've been handed to ride on. Or you are just moving and grooving on Route 3 struggle bus, where either you're now going to make that conscious decision that you want to get off, but you might be unclear as to the direction that you are going to walk in once you get off that bus, because there's no GPS. Nobody on the bus has GPS to give you. There's no GPS on your phone. You made that conscious decision and you're ready to move forward. But you're not alone. For those of you who are ready, I you. I see you. You see, I once was you. I shared my story with you so you know I was stuck. I was stuck in Route 1. Took me a long time to get sick and tired of that bus breaking down on Struggle Bus 1. So I moved a little bit into 2 because I got tired of the overcrowding. So I moved to number 2. I got a little bit further. And then when I made that conscious decision that enough was enough, you see, I was riding on 3. I was on Route 3. I thought that was the move. I was moving and grooving, listening to the music and charging my phone, reclining back, just chilling. But you see, that was this was the outer portrayal, what I wanted people to believe. But the inside me, I never got off that struggle bus Route 1. Never. Not internally. You see, when I crashed and burned enough, and I got tired of being stuck in bondage, and that grief that was holding me down, where I couldn't breathe anymore, I couldn't feel anymore, I couldn't think anymore, I couldn't believe anymore, I couldn't love anymore, I couldn't grieve anymore, I just couldn't do it anymore. I screamed, I cried. Because you see, that was a release of 342 days of that. Not knowing if I was coming or if I was going. Until eventually, I was just waiting for someone to come rescue me of that stuck struggle bus. But once I made that decision and I took Route 3, and I myself, by myself, for myself, walked down those stairs of isolation, of darkness, of despair, of suffering and silence, and then I invested in myself for me, not for my mentor and coach, not for my community, not for my children, not for my grandchildren, not for my deceased father, where I knew he was, where he was, not for my mama who had gone 8 years before, not for my mother who went to be with the Lord, not for anyone, but for myself. That's when I was able to seek out the direction from my mentor and my coach and my community. And you see, they helped me to find my purpose and walk in my God-given purpose. You see, I thought I could stand there at the bus stop and I can drag people off that struggle bus like I did. I thought I can help everybody. I would get frustrated with myself and anybody who would tell me differently. Sonya, you can't do it. You can't pull somebody off the struggle bus. They have to want to do it themselves. They have to get off of bus 3 before it leaves the bus station and turns back to meet stuck struggle bus number 1 for it all to begin again. I wasn't trying to hear that from anyone. I was like, I respect that. I hear you. I hear you, my mentor. I hear you, my coach that I love dearly and I respect fully. And when he sees this, he's probably going to get me for this. But I heard what he was saying. But in my mind, I could do it. I would wait there at that bus stop, and I would watch those buses pass by all day, all night, every day. I had bus passes willing to give out. Here you go. Take this pass and get off that bus. That didn't work. Because you see, if they took those passes, they were going to end up back on that bus again. Because their need was less than their want. Their want was less than their need. They didn't want it bad enough. You see, if I didn't go through that 342 days, I wouldn't have known what it was like. I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have got tired, defeated, broken, isolated, to know that I wanted and needed it more than anything else. 4 years plus later, here I am. My smile on the outside is the same smile I'm portraying on the inside. When I cry, they're tears of joy and happiness. Now I'm going to ask you once again, are you ready to get off that bus? Because if you're ready, DM me. I'm ready. DM me, I'm ready. You don't have to do it for the whole world to see. DM me privately, I'm ready. And together, we will meet. I will give you a half an hour of my time, free of charge, for us to sit together on a Zoom call, put together a life blueprint, and take it from there. You can do it. If I did it, I know you can do it. I have faith in you that you can do it. I'm going to go back and read these comments because they're incredible. Value. My god brother mom died last year, and he is still grieving. He just can't let go, and he's just drinking himself to no end because of the hurt of the loss of his mom. Thank you so much for sharing that. You can feel free to share the Sonya Dungee podcast with him. If he is willing and able to get off that stuck struggle bus, I will personally sit down with him and we can have a conversation. I can do that, and I will do that. And I will reach you offline, and we'll talk about that further as well. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate all of you. Episode 151, we're in. I wouldn't have been able to do this without all of you giving me the strength and the support, cheering me on, and just me knowing that you're there. I appreciate, I'm so grateful for the comments that you leave, the text messages that you send, the emails, the DMs. If nobody told you today, I want you to know firsthand, I value you. I appreciate you. Know that you're a child of God and that you were created before the heaven and this earth. You're valued more than you can ever believe. Don't ever let anybody tell you differently. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm so grateful for you. Be safe. Stay well. God bless you all. And one more thing. This coming Saturday at 6 p.m., here on the Sonya Dungee podcast, episode 152, we are doing a special edition, a tribute as we do every year to Mom. Whether your mom has gone on to be with the Lord or is still here, healthy and thriving, we will be fellowshipping, we will be contributing, and we will be honoring mothers, godmothers, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, sisters, everyone. Come join me in fellowship with me, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this coming Saturday. I will be putting up notification by tomorrow. Thank you once again. God bless you all, and bye for now. Thank you. Stay blessed and wonderful also. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining.